So in this video we will discuss about overloading with more than one argument you have and what could be the ambiguity cases. This is one of the most important concept with perspective to interview. Let's discuss. Now imagine you have one method public void print which has string object1 and object2 as an argument. Okay, and I'm considering that we have one SOP into this. Now let's say again we have one more method public void print, and now I'm having object1 and second parameter is a string object2, and I'm having one SOP same like first method from print object comma string. Okay, so now let's say we have created main is equals to new main, basically the object of this, and now I'm calling main.print. Okay, so now let's say case 1, if I'm passing null and then null for second argument. Case 2, let's say main.print, I am passing new object comma new string. Okay, cases I am preparing for you, main.print and main.print second. So we can see we have prepared two cases. Case 3 is main.print, and now I am passing new object comma null. Okay, what else? Now case 4, main.print, I am passing null comma high, and case 5, main.print, I am passing high and again string high. Now we can see for case 1 that it is taking null comma null and print, let's say I am highlighting. So if I pass this null method, object can accept this null, the first null. Okay, this argument can be accepted by object as well as string. Now second null is acceptable by string as well as object. Now we can see both the first argument can accept null. String is most specific for this null. You can see between object and string, string is most specific. For second null, we can see object and string, who is most specific. String is most specific to accept this null again. For this null, string is most specific, right? So if you see this null with respect to this string and first null with respect to first string. So now whenever you try to pass null from the main, JVM gets confused to resolve between these two methods, and hence compile error would be the output. And on how to choose exact match from hierarchy, in earlier videos I explained this, you may refer. In short, if you see this diagram, string is the child of object, so that we call most specific. So this case will not execute. Now coming to the case number 2, let's say you have this main.print and you are passing new object and second is new string. Now we always look for an exact match, and for new object is directly exact match, we can see, right? Object to object. Now for new string, exact match is string or object? String. String is most specific as well as an exact match. Clearly when we find exact match, we can see this method will execute happily, and from print object string would be the output of this. So this case will execute. Now coming to case 3. For case 3, main.print, if I pass new object comma null, we can see for new object is the exact match as earlier, and for this null we see that it is acceptable by string as well as object, but as string is the most specific between object and string is the most specific as per hierarchy, so string would be the exact match for this null, and hence from print object comma string would be the output. Now let's talk about, I'm passing null and high, so this null acceptable by this object as well as string. So string is most specific, right? as per hierarchy, string is most specific. For this high, string is as per hierarchy again. We can see there is ambiguity between two methods. First null is pointing to first method, second null is pointing to second method. JVM will not able to resolve this, therefore we would say compile error. For case 5, we have high and high. This high, first high is acceptable object and string both, but exact match would be string for this. For second high, between object and string, second argument string would be specific. Now again, JVM will not able to resolve between these two methods which exactly will accept this high high. So compile error would be the output.